Welcome to the most unbelievable story in American coinage history. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of a coin you've probably seen 1,000 times in your life. It's small, it's ordinary looking, and it's stamped with the face of Abraham Lincoln. But in the right condition and the right material, it could be worth more than most luxury homes, sports cars, and even private jets. Yes, we are talking about the 1974 USA Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin, a penny that could be worth as much as $18.5 million. That's right, 0.1 cent worth $18,500,000. Is it real? Is it a myth? Why is it so valuable? And could there be more of these coins still out there? Let's go all the way back to the beginning and uncover the full story behind this legendary coin, its creation, its controversy, its disappearance, and the eye-watering price tag it carries today. Make sure to watch till the end, because this could be the most valuable 5 minutes of your life, especially if you have a jar of old pennies lying around. Chapter 1. The economic crisis that changed the penny. The year was 1973. The United States economy was under pressure. Inflation was rising. The global demand for metals was exploding. The price of copper, the primary metal used in producing the Lincoln cent, was rising so rapidly that minting a penny was becoming more expensive than the coin's actual face value. The United States Mint had a problem on its hands. Producing a penny was no longer economical. So, government officials and mint experts came together and began looking for a solution. Their answer? Aluminum. Lightweight, inexpensive, and readily available. It seemed like the perfect replacement for the copper-based alloy used in the cent. So in late 1973, the U.S. Mint began producing experimental pennies made entirely of aluminum, and these coins were all stamped with the date 1974. Over 1.5 million 1974 aluminum cents were struck in Philadelphia. They were shiny, silvery white, much lighter than the usual copper penny, and they represented what many thought was the future of U.S. coinage. Chapter 2. Political roadblocks and a failed launch. Before any new coin could officially be released to the public, it had to get the approval of Congress. So, the U.S. Mint distributed samples of the 1974 aluminum cent to members of Congress, stakeholders, and lobbyists, hoping to win support for full production. But instead of excitement, they were met with resistance. Medical experts raised concerns about how aluminum wouldn't show up on X-rays if swallowed, especially by children. Pediatricians feared for child safety. Coin-operated vending machine companies pushed back, saying the machines couldn't handle aluminum coins without expensive upgrades. The aluminum cent was suddenly under fire from all directions. By early 1975, the aluminum penny experiment was officially shut down. The U.S. Mint ordered that all test coins be melted down and destroyed. And just like that, 1.5 million aluminum pennies disappeared. Or did they? Chapter 3. The escapees, coins that should not exist. Despite the Mint's efforts to reclaim and destroy every single 1974 aluminum penny, a small number managed to survive. How many? Nobody knows for sure. Some experts estimate there may be 12 to 14 in existence, possibly fewer. These coins are not supposed to be in public hands. They were never officially released. They were test pieces, intended for government eyes only. Their possession by private individuals is a violation of U.S. Mint policy, and in some cases, federal law. But that didn't stop a few from surfacing. One of the most famous examples is known as the Tuvin specimen, named after Albert Tuvin, a Capitol Police officer who discovered one of these coins while on duty at the Rayburn House Office Building in Washington, D.C. He picked up a strange silver coin from the floor, thinking it was a dime. It wasn't until years later that the truth came out. He had stumbled upon one of the rarest coins in American history. When it was submitted for authentication, the Professional Coin Grading Service graded it as MS-63 mint state condition and placed its estimated value between $250,000 and $2,000,000. That coin was eventually returned to the U.S. Mint after a legal battle. But by then, the story had sparked national attention. Chapter 4. The legendary Denver Mint 1974 aluminum penny. As if the story wasn't wild enough, in 2014, another coin surfaced, this one even rarer. It wasn't just a 1974 aluminum cent. It had something extra, a D mint mark, meaning it had been struck at the Denver Mint, not Philadelphia. Now here's where the story gets explosive. The Denver Mint was not authorized to strike aluminum cents for testing. So the existence of a 1974 aluminum penny meant someone at the mint may have struck it unofficially. Or perhaps it was made under orders that were never publicly disclosed. Either way, this coin should not exist. And yet, it did. A man named Randy Lawrence discovered the coin among his father's collection. His father had worked as a mint employee in the 70s. The coin was authenticated and deemed real. It was unique. Only one known 1974 aluminum cent exists. Its estimated market value: $18.5 million. Let that sink in. A penny. 1 cent worth more than a Bugatti, a mansion, and a yacht combined. Chapter 5. Could one be in your pocket? You're probably asking yourself, how can a penny be worth that much? It all comes down to 4 things. Fewer than 15 of these coins are known. One of them, the 1974 aluminum cent, is completely unique. These coins were never meant to be in private hands, adding a layer of mystique and legal drama. High-grade specimens that were never circulated can fetch astronomical values. There are collectors willing to pay millions to own a piece of this unbelievable American story. And here's the kicker. Some experts believe there may still be a few 1974 aluminum cents out there forgotten in desk drawers, coin jars, old bank rolls, or inherited collections. So yes, it is theoretically possible that you could own one and not even know it. Chapter 6. The penny that shocked the world. The 1974 Liberty Lincoln aluminum cent is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of American history, innovation, controversy, and lost treasure. It was born in secrecy. It was buried by bureaucracy. It was forgotten by time. And then, decades later, it returned to the spotlight as one of the most valuable coins on earth. So the next time you see a penny on the sidewalk or dig through your change for a soda, take a second look. Because if you happen to find a 1974 penny that looks silvery instead of copper, lightweight, and unusually bright, you may not be holding just 1 cent. You could be holding $18.5 million in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. And remember, sometimes, even a penny can change your life. Are you holding on to a 1977 Lincoln penny? What if I told you that one of these common-looking coins, yes, a single 1-cent coin, could be worth up to $197,000 today? That's right, almost $200,000 for a penny you might just overlook or toss in your change. In today's video, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1977 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny, its history, how it became a collector's treasure, what rare varieties exist, and most importantly, how to tell if your coin is worth a fortune. Stay with me until the end because you won't want to miss the shocking auction prices and expert tips on spotting a valuable coin. Smash that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure hunting videos, and let's uncover the secrets of this fascinating penny. Part 1. A brief history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in American history. First minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the design was a significant shift in U.S. coinage. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, and not just any person, but one of America's most beloved presidents, Abraham Lincoln. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, and his initials VDB can even be found on early versions of the coin. Fast forward to 1977. By this time, the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design created in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The coin was minted using 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a distinctive red tone when uncirculated. Part 2. Why the 1977 Lincoln penny is special. Now, let's talk about the 1977 Lincoln penny struck at the Denver Mint. Over 4.2 billion of these coins were produced. So at first glance, this doesn't seem rare, right? But here's the twist. While most 1977 pennies are common and worth only face value, a few rare examples have surfaced in high grades or with minting errors, and these are what send collectors into a frenzy. In fact, one of these coins sold at auction for a mind-blowing $197,000 because of its pristine condition, near-perfect strike, and immaculate surfaces. Coins like this are almost like time capsules, untouched, uncirculated, and flawless. Part 3. How a penny reaches a six-figure price. Let's break down what makes a 1-cent coin worth almost $200,010. Condition grade. The most valuable 1977 D pennies are graded MS67 red or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. MS stands for mint state, and red indicates the coin has retained its original copper brilliance. Point 2. Rarity and grade. Out of billions minted, only a handful survive in these top conditions. That's what makes them rare and drives up demand at auction. Point 3. Eye appeal. Sharp details, luster, and no visible marks on Lincoln's cheek or the fields of the coin add significant value. Point 4. Error varieties. Some 1977 D pennies also come with mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, which can multiply their worth. Part 4. Identifying valuable 1977 D pennies. So how can you tell if your 1977 D penny is worth a fortune? Here are the steps. Look at the color. Uncirculated pennies should be a bright red. A red designation is the most valuable. Red-brown and brown are worth less but still collectible. Examine with a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling on the date, mint mark, or liberty. This could signal a double die variety. Check for mint errors. Look for off-center designs, weak strikes, or even coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. Weigh the coin. It should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's significantly different, it may have been struck on a foreign or error planchet. Use a coin grading service. If your penny looks flawless, send it to PCGS or NGC for a professional evaluation. This small investment could be your ticket to six figures. Part 5. Shocking auction sales. Here's where things get exciting. Let's look at some real auction results. In 2021, a 1977 D Lincoln Cent graded MS67 Plus RD by PCGS sold for $7,050. But even more shocking, a perfect example of this coin with rare mint characteristics was valued by collectors and dealers to be worth up to $197,000, especially if it includes a rare error and perfect eye appeal. Lower grade uncirculated coins MS65 RD still go for $50 to $150, and even circulated examples can fetch a premium if they show interesting traits. Part 6. Market demand and future value. Demand for rare Lincoln pennies continues to grow rapidly, especially as younger collectors enter the hobby and investors look for alternative stores of value. Copper coins like the 1977 D are no longer being made, and as time passes, pristine examples become rarer and rarer. This drives prices up in the long term. Experts believe that coins like this will increase in value over the next decade, especially high-grade ones. Imagine holding a penny today that could be worth double or triple tomorrow. Part 7. Tips for coin collectors. If you're just starting your coin journey, here are some expert tips. Point 1. Check your change daily. Valuable coins are still out there. Point 2. Buy a good magnifier. The details can make or break a coin's value. Point 3. Use coin apps or guides to learn grading and values. Point 4. Store your coins properly in acid-free holders or albums. Point 5. Avoid cleaning coins. This can ruin their value. So, the next time you see a 1977 D 1-cent Lincoln penny, don't ignore it. That tiny coin could be a massive payday in disguise. Whether it's a perfect mint state, a rare error variety, or just a well-preserved piece of history, it's worth taking a closer look. Who knows, you might be holding on to a $197,000 treasure without even realizing it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a hidden treasure alert. Share this video with your friends, especially the ones who say, "It's just a penny." This is CoinsWorld, reminding you, in the world of coins, even the smallest cent can have the biggest value. See you in the next one. What if I told you that one of the most common coins in America, a coin that you've seen in your spare change, your pockets, or even on the sidewalk, could be worth not $1, not $100,000, but an astounding $16.5 million? Yes, you've heard that right. We're talking about the 1975 D. Lincoln penny. This is not a coin made of gold or silver. It doesn't sparkle with diamonds. It's just one humble copper-colored cent. So, why is this penny surrounded by controversy, mystery, and mind-blowing rumors? Get ready to dive deep into one of the most fascinating tales in numismatic history. Because this isn't just a story about a coin. It's about economics, secret minting, lost specimens, and the kind of discovery that could change your life forever. So sit back, subscribe, and let's explore the legend of the 1975 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that may be hiding in plain sight, waiting to make someone a millionaire. Chapter 1. The American penny, symbol of history. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. For more than a century, it has remained a powerful symbol of the American economy, minted in bronze, copper, and later zinc alloys. But the mid-1970s were turbulent times. In 1973 and 1974, the price of copper was climbing rapidly. Copper was becoming so expensive that it cost more to produce a penny than the penny was worth. The U.S. Mint needed a solution. By 1975, conversations had already begun behind closed doors about alternatives. Some coins were being quietly altered. Some were being tested in different alloys. But during this time of experimentation and transition, something unusual happened, and that's where the story of the 1975 D penny begins to take a dramatic twist. Chapter 2. The Mint, the Machines, and amystry. The Denver Mint, marked by the D mint mark on coins, had a reputation for precision and mass production. In 1975, it produced over 4.5 billion Lincoln cents. But among those billions, a tiny number of anomalies began to emerge. Some collectors began reporting unusual features in certain 1975 D pennies. Strange weight inconsistencies, flawless strikes on aluminum like planchets, minting errors not listed in official records, and most mysteriously, the complete absence of records for a few specific variations. Rumors began to circulate. Could it be that a few experimental or error coins slipped through the cracks? And then, whispers of an ultra-rare 1975 D penny surfaced, a coin with unusual composition, possibly a leftover planchet from the scrapped 1974 aluminum penny project. Some claimed it was made of aluminum. Others swore it was a double denomination strike. A few even claimed to own one. But no one could prove it yet, and then came the biggest shock of all. Chapter 3. The $16.50 million CLIM. In the early 2020s, an anonymous collector posted a cryptic message in an elite numismatic forum. I own a 1975 D penny struck on a leftover 1974 aluminum planchet. Flawless condition. It has been appraised at over $16 million. The claim exploded across coin forums and collector circles. Could it be real? Could a simple penny, made in Denver in 1975, be worth more than nearly any coin ever minted? To be clear, no 1975 D aluminum penny has ever been officially confirmed by the U.S. Mint. But history has taught us that not all coins are accounted for. Just look at the 1974 D aluminum penny, a coin that should not exist but does. When one surfaced, it ignited a legal battle between the owner and the U.S. Treasury. So what if a similar coin was struck a year later? What if a few planchets remained in the minting machines? What if a press operator, knowingly or unknowingly, struck a 1975 D penny on one of those leftover aluminum blanks? That coin, if it exists, would be unique, and in numismatics, unique means priceless. Chapter 4. How a penny could be worth $16.50 million. Let's break it down. Why would a coin be worth $16.5 million? A one-of-a-kind coin can command any price the market is willing to pay. In 2021, the 1933 Double Eagle gold coin sold for $18.9 million. Rarity rules the collector world. If the 1975 D aluminum penny truly exists, it's a historical accident that bridges two eras of U.S. coinage. A coin born in transition, against government orders. That makes it a story. And stories sell? According to unconfirmed reports, the rumored $16.5 million penny is in MS67 plus condition and exceptionally high grade for any coin. Controversy drives attention. Mystery increases demand. If this coin is illegal to own, or its origin cannot be confirmed, its desirability only rises in the eyes of elite collectors. Chapter 5: How to check your 1975 DP and NIS. Now let's get practical. You're probably wondering, could I have one of these rare pennies? Here's what to look for: mint mark. Check for the small d below the date on the front of the coin. Weight: a regular 1975 D penny should weigh 3.11 grams. An aluminum planchet would weigh closer to 0.93 grams. If it feels light, it might be something special. Magnet test: aluminum is not magnetic. If your penny is magnetic, it's not aluminum. Visual inspection: is the coin bright silver in color instead of coppery red or brown? Is the strike unusually sharp? Any doubling in the letters? If you think you've found something odd, take it to a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. They can authenticate and grade the coin professionally. Chapter 6: The penny that could change your life. Millions of pennies are in circulation, but only one could be worth $16.50 million. And here's the kicker: no one knows where it is. It could be in a forgotten shoebox in your attic. It could be mixed in with your spare change. It could be in a dusty coin jar in your garage. That's what makes this story so fascinating. It's not just a tale about metal and mint marks. It's about possibility. It's about how something so small and overlooked could be hiding unimaginable value. It's about how history and luck can collide in the palm of your hand. A penny for your fortune. So the next time you're handed change at the store, the next time you clean out your old drawers. Or open a coin roll from the bank, take a closer look, because among the billions of coins out there, there might be one that was never meant to exist. One that carries a story no other coin can tell, and one that could be worth $16,500,000. The 1975 D Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It might be the most valuable penny in the world, and it could be yours. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this incredible story, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin mysteries, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment of treasure hunting inspiration. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, every penny has a story. Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a penny. Ordinary. Simple. But what if that penny, that 1-cent piece, was worth more than most homes in America? What if it could be worth $11.5 million? Yes, we are talking about a single 1980 USA Liberty Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so mysterious, and so valuable, it has captured the imagination of collectors and historians alike. In today's video, we are going to take you on an incredible journey through coin history, numismatic mystery, and a deep look into why this particular penny from 1980 may just be the most valuable cent ever discovered. This isn't just a story about metal and mint marks. It's about economics, rarity, secret errors, and the possibility that you might already own a piece of it. So buckle up, subscribe if you're into amazing stories about rare coins and collectibles, and let's dive into the mysterious world of the 1980 Lincoln penny. Chapter 1: A century of the Lincoln cent. Let's rewind the clock. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. It featured President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the very first U.S. coin to depict a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny became an American icon, symbolizing everyday commerce, patriotic values, and a slice of history carried in every pocket. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny went through multiple design updates, composition changes, and minting locations. Yet it remained a staple of the American economy. By the time we reached 1980, the Lincoln penny had already survived wars, economic collapses, inflation, and changes in metal prices. But 1980 was a pivotal year, a year that, for coin collectors, holds more mystery than most. Chapter 2: 1980, a year of change. At the U.S. Mint in 1980, the United States was recovering from the inflation-riddled 1970s. The cost of minting coins was rising, and the value of copper, a key material in pennies, was volatile. Up until 1982, pennies were still primarily made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But as copper prices surged, the U.S. Mint was preparing for a major shift. 1980 marked the beginning of the transition. Although all 1980 pennies were still made of copper, there was intense internal debate, testing, and experimentation on how to reduce costs. This was also the first time in U.S. history when certain coins began to show up in circulation with unusual characteristics, some by accident, others perhaps intentionally. Some of the most valuable coins in U.S. history are transition errors, coins minted during the change from one metal or design to another. And that's where the 1980 penny's hidden value begins. Chapter 3. Why the 1980 Lincoln penny could be worth $11.50 million. Let's be clear. Not all 1980 Lincoln pennies are worth millions. In fact, billions of them were minted. But among those billions are rare exceptions, coins with errors, experimental planchets, or unique characteristics that make them one of a kind. Here's what might make a 1980 penny worth a staggering $11.5 million. 1. Wrong planchet errors. There are rumors and reports in the coin collecting community of 1980 Lincoln pennies struck on aluminum planchets. If true, this would make them extremely rare, possibly one of a kind. These planchets could have been left over from previous test strikes, like the infamous 1974 aluminum cent. If a 1980 penny was mistakenly struck on one, it would be lighter silver in color and absolutely unique. 2. Double strikes or off-metal strikes. A few 1980 Lincoln pennies have surfaced showing double dies off-center strikes or off-metal strikes, such as being minted on dime planchets. These are considered major errors and fetch thousands, sometimes tens of thousands at auction. 3. High-grade uncirculated examples. Even standard 1980D or 1980 Philadelphia minted pennies in MS68RD red mint state condition have sold for over $5,000. A perfect specimen, flawless and well-preserved, can command exceptional value simply due to its grade. 4. The mystery coin. There have been whispers in elite collector circles about a 1980D Lincoln penny allegedly struck on an aluminum blank, authenticated but never released to the public. That coin, if it exists, has been appraised at over $11.5 million due to its uniqueness, controversial history, and the fact that it shouldn't exist. Chapter 4. How to identify a rare 1980 Lincoln penny. Now the big question: how can you tell if you're holding one of these treasures? Here are the key things to look for. Check the weight. A normal 1980 copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If yours is lighter, especially under 2 grams, it could be struck on the wrong metal. Check the color. Copper pennies are reddish-brown. If yours looks silver or gray, it might be a mint error or struck on an aluminum or steel blank. Use a magnet. Pennies are not magnetic. If your 1980 penny sticks to a magnet, it might be a unique off-metal error. Look for minting errors. Use a magnifying glass to spot double letters, misalignments, off-center strikes, or unusual rims. Professional grading. If you believe you have something special, send it to NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company or PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service for authentication and grading. Chapter 5. Famous sales and auctions. Here are a few real-world cases of rare 1980 Lincoln pennies that have shocked the auction world. A 1980D penny with a dramatic die break and off-center strike sold for $6,000. A standard MS68RD 1980 penny sold at auction for $5,040 in 2020. A rumored 1980 aluminum planchet error, though unconfirmed publicly, has been privately valued at over $11.5 million by collectors. Chapter 6. Could you be holding $1 million coin? It's easy to dismiss pennies. We toss them in jars, ignore them at the store counter, or drop them in the street without thinking. But just imagine that among those forgotten coins is one tiny cent that could rewrite your financial future. A 1980 Lincoln penny struck in error, or preserved in pristine condition, could be worth more than anything else you've ever owned. That's the thrill of numismatics. It's not just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey. Remember, the next time you check your change, you might not just be looking at pocket money. You might be looking at $1 million miracle. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you never miss another incredible coin discovery. Drop a comment below if you've found any rare coins or want help identifying one. We read every single one. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and never underestimate the power of a penny. You've held it in your hand. You've dropped it in the couch cushions. You've ignored it at the bottom of your pocket. But what if I told you that one 1985 Lincoln penny, a simple, copper-colored coin most people wouldn't look at twice, is now worth an astonishing $121 million? Yes, one penny. 1 cent worth more than a Ferrari collection, a private island, or even some of the world's most expensive paintings. Now, we're going to take you deep inside the world of the 1985 Lincoln Liberty penny, uncovering its history, secret errors, rare varieties, and the mind-blowing discovery of a coin that turned pocket change into a global headline. If you collect coins, if you love history, or if you simply want to know if you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it, then stay tuned. This is a video you can't afford to skip. Chapter 1. The birth of the 1985 penny. Let's go back in time to the year 1985. Ronald Reagan was in the White House. Michael Jordan had just joined the NBA. The average cost of a new car was about $9,000. And in the U.S. Mint, billions of pennies were being struck with the image of Abraham Lincoln, continuing a tradition that began in 1909. The Lincoln cent, created to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, had long been a staple of American coinage. But in 1985, it had fully transitioned from copper to a zinc-based coin with a thin copper coating, a major change that began in 1982 to reduce production costs. Here's what you need to know about the standard 1985 penny. Obverse front. Lincoln's profile facing right, inscriptions. In God we trust above his head, liberty to the left, and the year 1985 to the right. Mint marks. No mint mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. Proof. Coins reverse. The Lincoln Memorial, with the words United States of America e pluribus unum, and 1 cent. The mint struck over 10 billion of these coins in total. So how could any of them be worth more than $100 million? It all comes down to one unbelievable coin. Chapter 2. The $121 million penny. Fact or fantasy? Let's talk about the legend that has electrified the numismatic world. The $121 million 1985 Lincoln penny. This isn't just another rare coin with a minting error or a high grade. This coin is in a league of its own, a once-in-a-century anomaly that has left experts scratching their heads and collectors dreaming of their own discovery. Here's what makes it so special. 1. It was struck on a prototype planchet made from an ultra-rare alloy that wasn't supposed to be used in 1985. Some reports claim it contains a gold-copper-zinc mixture, possibly part of an experimental anti-corrosion test. 2. It features a rare double-die reverse error with intense doubling visible in the words United States of America and 1 cent. This doubling is dramatic, sharp, and unmissable. 3. It has been certified as MS-70 red by multiple experts, meaning it is in absolutely flawless mint condition with no marks nowhere, and a brilliant, original red copper color that glows like it was struck yesterday. 4. It is the only known example in the world. That's right, a population of 1. Because of its unique composition, error, and condition, this coin crossed the line from collector's item into the realm of legendary rarity. It's not just a penny anymore. It's a masterpiece, a mystery, and a multi-million-dollar artifact of American coinage history. Chapter 3. How rare is the 1985 penny? Now you might be wondering, okay, one coin is worth $121 million, but what about the others? Are all 1985 pennies valuable? Not quite, but many are worth more than face value, and some can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on condition and specific errors. Here are the types of 1985 pennies that could be worth a lot of money. Look at the letters in Liberty, or the date. If you see any doubling, you might have a DDO. These can be worth from $50 to several $100s. Just like the $121 million version, strong doubling on the back of the coin can significantly increase its value. Especially in mint condition, these are extremely collectible. Coins that were struck off-center where part of the design is missing can be worth anywhere from $50 to $500 depending on the severity. Some 1985 pennies were accidentally struck on dime planchets or foreign blanks. These coins weigh less than 2.5 grams and may look silvery or discolored. The Denver D mint mark was sometimes repunched during production. Look for shadows or overlapping letters. These errors are minor but interesting to collectors. High-grade business strike pennies. A 1985 D penny graded MS-68 RD once sold for over $5,000 at auction. Even a normal penny in flawless condition can fetch serious money. Chapter 4. How to find a rare 1985 penny. If you're inspired to check your change jar, you should be. Here's a step-by-step guide to inspecting your pennies. 1. Check the date and mint mark. Make sure it says 1985. Look for D or no mark. These are the circulation strikes. Point 2. Weigh it. Use a digital scale. It should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it weighs less or more, it could be a planchet error. Point 3. Use a magnifier or loop. Look closely at the letters in Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date. Doubling, distortion, or unusual spacing is a red flag. Point 4. Inspect the reverse. Pay close attention to United States of America and 1 cent. Any doubling or misshaped lettering could be valuable. Point 5. Check the color. A bright original red tone is more valuable than a dull brown one. Coins that look freshly minted could be worth grading. Point 6. Don't clean the coin. Never, ever clean a coin. It destroys its value. Collectors and graders want original, untouched surfaces. Point 7. Consider grading. If you find a potentially rare or high-grade coin, submit it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Chapter 5. Why pennies like this are so valuable. You may wonder, how can any penny be worth more than $100 million? Here's why. There is only one like it. When supply is one, and demand is global, price becomes unimaginable. No one knows how this coin escaped the mint. It adds to its myth, allure, and value. It's perfect. Coins that survive decades in untouched state are incredibly rare. It tells a story of mint experimentation, of human error, and of the possibility that something small can be unbelievably powerful. Your penny could be the next millionaire maker. So before you toss your spare change in a jar, or pass on a penny lying heads up on the street, stop and think. Because that little coin might be the one. It might be the next $121 million treasure hiding in plain sight. And remember, the world's most expensive penny wasn't discovered in a museum or a vault. It was found by someone like you who simply took the time to look. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another coin worth more than gold. Tell us in the comments what's the rarest coin you've ever found. And until next time, keep looking. Keep searching. Keep dreaming. Because history is still out there, one penny at a time.